So the Flash movie is nearing release, and while I'm very interested to see what implications this will have on the new DCU, I wanted to talk about whether or not there's a future for the character in James Gunn's DCU, whether it's Barry Allen or someone completely different. Let's talk about it. So, we've known for a little while now that the Flash movie is going to be resetting the DCU timeline as we know it, and James Gunn confirmed this on his Twitter. However, he did say that the movie wouldn't reset everything, so it's more than likely that a few characters from the DCEU will carry over, and namely I think this will include some of the Suicide Squad characters like Harley Quinn, Peacemaker, Amanda Waller, and some of those associated characters. We also know that Batman and Superman will be getting rebooted in this new universe of films, sad Affleck. However, there's not a lot of knowledge regarding who will be playing these roles, although Jensen Ackles is still my top choice for Batman. Now, I myself have full confidence that no matter what James Gunn and Peter Safran do with the DCU, the Flash more than likely has some kind of role to play in this new narrative, whether it's Barry Allen, Wally West, or even Jay Garrick. But whether we'll see someone new in the role of Barry does remain to be seen. Now, we all know about Ezra Miller's rampage through the state of Hawaii, but I do think they've turned over a new leaf, and from the sound of things, Miller seems to be on the right track mentally, and I hope it stays that way. And while I enjoy Ezra as a character, the DCEU's version of Barry isn't the best, and while it's great to see that Miller is doing well after all the arrests and everything, I think it's time for someone new, and that's actually my next point. So with this new DCU, I'm almost certain we're going to be getting a new version of The Flash, and while I love the character, I don't think it should be Barry Allen this time around, but hear me out, I have a good reason for that. So my main reason is that we shouldn't use Barry in the new DCU is because we've had 9 seasons of the CW Flash, and we've got the Flash movie with Barry front and centre. So with all of that, I think we're going to start to see a Barry Allen fatigue now, which is why I think it's about time that Wally West got his time in the spotlight. Now, I think Wally on the TV show personally was done really dirty, and I think it's a shame we never got to see him don the red suit, technically taking over the mantle that is. Plus, the CW gave Barry a lot of Wally's powers and stories from the comics, so I think Wally in the DCU was a fair bet at this point, right? Now, it's been rumoured that Gunn's DCU is based somewhat on the Justice League animated universe from the early 2000s, which I actually think is an excellent move, because in those stories, Wally is the Flash and he has a lot of interesting characteristics which make him arguably a better version of the Flash than Barry. And I have seen hot takes here and there about Grant and Gustin becoming the DCU Flash, but the guy's played the character for 10 years at this point. He needs a rest from all of that, even though Gustin has said he'd be open to returning as the character. The guy needs a rest, move on. Now, whoever ends up playing Wally depends on the story that's going to be told, but if we're going to get Wally West in the DCU, then I'd love to see his friendship with Kyle Rayner Green Lantern explored, which is similar to the friendship of Hal and Barry in the comics, to a certain degree. On a separate note, who do I have to kidnap to get Wally West's rebirth suit in live action? I think I need to know. Who do I have to kidnap to see that gorgeous suit in live action? Now, while the Flash movie pitch is definitely worthy of its own video, I would love to see Wally going up against a Flash villain we haven't seen on film before. For me, 2 that come to mind are Sam Sculler's variant of Mirror Master and the Daniel West variant of the Reverse Flash, who to my knowledge is relatively newer in the comics, and is one of the Flash villains to have never appeared in the TV show, so that I think makes the Daniel West version of Reverse Flash very unique. He hasn't appeared in the TV show, which I think is a real shame, because it would have provided a nice difference from Eobard Thawne, who I don't really have anything against. Tom Cavanaugh was fantastic in the role. But I think a Flash movie with Wally West in the lead could see him coming to terms with being the main Flash now that Barry is gone. There can be some kind of excuse, whether he's dead or maybe he's disappeared or something in the Speed Force maybe, but we don't really know at the moment. And we can see him slowly evolve into the hero we know from the comics and the sacrifices he has to make in order to become that person. And whether we get Matthew Vaughn to direct it is up to personal preference, and it's mainly down to James Gunn. Also, James, if you are for some reason watching this channel, hello, please get Matthew Vaughn to direct it and get KJ Apa to play Wally West. You will thank me later. Anyway, that is going to conclude this video, so thanks for watching. If you like what you see, then like the video, comment and subscribe and stick around for more. In the meantime, I will see you all soon.